Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am the Programic Knight, and this is something a little bit different. This is Steep, and by God, is this a beautiful game. I was not expecting this level of quality, but here I am. And you must be asking, well, why did I pick this up? Why on earth would I pick up this game of all things, especially since I normally play Titanfall? And that's just because, way back in the day, I was a fan of the SSX game, SSX Free. And I enjoyed that, and I figured, you know what, why not? My brother recommended it to me, so I said I'll pick it up, since it's Christmas. Speaking of, I hope all of you guys had a wonderful holiday season. I know I did, and I wish all of you the best of a new year. So, yeah, without further ado, why don't we just play this game? And the reason that I kind of wanted to play this game is, one, besides it being new, is that I wanted to play something that really didn't require a ton of focus from me. Because now I can do this. And now I don't really have to think about what I'm doing. Except maybe slamming into that tree. And so yeah, I just wanted to talk about Star Wars. Yes, I want to talk about Star Wars. And what about Star Wars? Well, get your pants ready because I have some shocking news. I didn't like Rogue One. I saw three movies this weekend, or not this weekend, but over my break. One of them being Passengers, which I enjoyed. The other being Assassin's Creed, which I also enjoyed, and then Rogue One, which I just kind of sat there and I'm like, yeah, that was a fun movie. But other than that, I wasn't fully entertained with it. And I just kind of wanted to discuss why I think that is, and I don't know, maybe hear some of your guys' thoughts. If I'm the only person that felt like that, or if other people feel that way too about the Star Wars movies. And I wanted to kind of propose some ideas that I think could help benefit it. And my main problem that I realized as I went through the other movies and I watched those other movies is that, well, Star Wars, it wasn't original. And I know that's kind of weird to say, especially given the fact that, well, it's supposed to be like, what's the word? Not a prequel per se, but you know, it takes place between 3 and 4. So it's not supposed to have like this outrageously new and exciting content because it's supposed to stay within this realms of the universe. But even then, it didn't feel like it was trying very hard to make its mark. The characters felt the same. They were, you know, they constantly just tried to not introduce, but reintroduce the old characters into the game, or not the game, my apologies, the movie. And I just wasn't a fan of that. One thing that really, like, irks me is that I think, oh no, not really that I think, but I know that Disney and the makers of Star Wars now are not really focused much more on making this amazing new story. They're more focused on just rehashing old stuff in order to sell it. And that's kind of disappointing. One thing that really disappointed me was the main character in the film. It's some girl whose name I don't even remember. She's branded off as supposed to be, you know, this rebellious type character, and if you remember from the initial trailers, she said something like, "I rebel," like she's in like a crappy Apple commercial. But when I watched the film, she wasn't really rebelling against anything. And cover your ears because I will probably go into a little bit of spoilers, and this is kind of spoilerish, but like the only reason that she does anything with the rebels is because of her father, and they threatened her to be locked back up in jail under the Imperials if she didn't help. That really didn't grab my attention. That was just kind of like, okay, you're blackmailing her. Congratulations. So off from the start, the characters just weren't interesting. And it's not just this movie that I felt was bad. I felt that Episode 7 was also terrible. And a lot of people tell me, well, it's terrible because they just want to like give a refresher to how Star Wars was and what's going on in Star Wars. Well, yeah, but you don't need a refresher. It's Star Wars. If you need a refresher for Star Wars, you've been living under a rock. Like, and that still means that you can do something new and exciting. You didn't have to make Stormtroopers 2.0, even though I will say that the First Order is at least a little bit interesting. But just building a bigger, badder Death Star is not. And I'm just kind of praying that within the upcoming year, that Episode 8 delivers and creates something that's new and original. It isn't just going through the motions again. There's so many things that just irked me with Rogue One, and this is me nitpicking. Like, actually nitpicking. None of it, like, this stuff isn't something that, like, you know, I'll cry foul over. I'm not, like, a super fanboy, but it's just stuff that, from a storyline perspective, would have been a lot better not doing or doing in a different sense. One of them being, in Rogue One, they, you know, and again, slight spoilers. I'm trying to avoid the major details, but the main characters are supposed to be grabbing the plans of a Death Star, and that's fine and dandy. But what isn't fine and dandy is, like, the rebels are all discoordinated. They're not in on it. They don't want to do it, but yet they, one of them launches an assault force onto this Imperial shielded planet, like an actual shielded planet that they can't get into, and they have one capital ship versus 2 Star Destroyers. And it just kind of annoyed me that, you know, these ragtag rebels are once more able to conquer the forces of evil in this hilarious fashion. Don't get me wrong, I'm all for the rebels coming out on top, but I kind of wanted to see them struggle. They didn't really struggle with the fight. They're just kind of like, oh, here's an easy solution, and then only in the final scenes of the movie do they get their ass kicked. That's because Darth Vader shows up. Also, if you're going to be making a movie that takes place before other events of previous movies, you have to make sure that things line up properly. For example, it like one for one ties together. So the ending of Rogue One, you can watch right afterwards. You can watch Episode 4, and it'll be like a seamless transition. That is not a joke. So it's kind of weird that Princess Leia is saying, you know, oh, you can't attack us. This is a diplomatic vessel. When Darth Vader's like, are you serious? I literally just saw you running away from destroying one of my Star Destroyers and running away from me in the heat of battle. That's not a diplomatic mission. Do you see what I'm saying? That's just something that, you know, they probably didn't really think about, but it can be done with a little bit of thought put into it. Another thing that I was hoping for, and then I came to the sad realization, is that I kind of want to see a new alien character amongst the main casting. And that could be super duper difficult, you know, given CGI and whatnot. But then again, you know, it could just be something really simple. But the problem is, you know, Star Wars is supposed to be this film that represents this constant struggle between good and evil. And the Force is supposed to be this balance. And everybody's searching for that balance. So why are all the characters completely morally and obligatedly good? Han Solo was even a good character. Like, if you think about it, he was in it for the money, but then he eventually gave up and kind of gave in and started helping the rebels on a more personal level. And again, that's not terrible, but it feels like they can make more interesting plot lines by introducing other characters that aren't just completely good, but are yet on the good guy's side. They're chaotic evil, or something like that. If you play Dungeons and Dragons, you probably know what I'm talking about. Oh, shit, I'm at the map edge. That's how long I've talked. So, for example, one thing that I'm a writer. Admittedly, yes, I'm a nerd of some form. So, one idea that I've been toying with that I feel like would be better to do is to have a character. Oh, blah. One character that I feel like would have been nicer is to have a character that is sort of evil. He's good and he's with the good guys, but he doesn't understand moral law. He deals with the First Order stormtroopers in this kind of brutal sense, and all the other characters don't really feel comfortable around him, given his actions. And yet when they try and talk to him and tell him that he's doing things that are wrong, oh, look at the snowballs. Oh, that's cool. But when he's told that he's doing something wrong, he doesn't understand, because he's just not been introduced to those principles of law. And I feel like it would be interesting for him to stay that way. And for the other characters... Oh god, this is gonna end bad. Ow. There's my spine. I feel like it would be interesting for the other characters to kind of learn to not really deal with him, but he does slowly build over a character arc. But to have a situation where he's fighting the emo goth kid who wants to be Darth Vader, when when we're fighting him and losing, for him to just come out of nowhere, sock the guy in the face and save their lives, and for them to realize that in order for there to be this balance between the galaxy, good and evil sometimes need to coexist. And I know that sounds really preachy, but admit it, that would be a lot more of an interesting plot line to kind of deal with, and to have that character be stirring the ropes every now and then. To not really be thinking about his moral actions while the other characters are. And I thought that this would be awesome. Absolutely kick-ass, and I was so happy with my idea, but then I realized something. Chewbacca exists. Chewbacca isn't dead. And don't get me wrong, the furball's an awesome dude, but he's in this easy getaway. He doesn't serve a purpose. Yes, I said that. Please, don't burn me at the stake, because you know it's true. You know that Chewbacca doesn't serve a purpose. His sole purpose is to be this muscle for the group. And for Han Solo to make carpet jokes about. Other than that, he's nothing. So, I was just kind of disappointed when I remembered that he was still alive, because I'm like, aw. Because you can do so much more interesting things with a talking character. R2-D2 serves a better role than Chewbacca, and R2-D2 just beeps while Chewbacca, roars. R2-D2 has a purpose. So, I think that's just me kind of skimming the surface of what I feel like could be done with Star Wars. But yeah, I think enough of that. I think you don't want to hear me talk about that for the rest of my life. It just hurts me. I'm sad. I care about the series, and I want it to be good. I don't have no idea what the guy in the background's talking about, by the way, so don't ask me. I guess I can focus on the game now. I don't know how long I'm gonna play it. I don't have a timer or anything. I don't have a script. This is just me just kind of relaxing and playing. Whee! Ow. Oh god. Dead. Okay, well, since I actually have some focus and I'm in a rock, why don't we stop and find a place to go? The basis of this game is some form of
something interesting over there.
Exploration, so I'm supposed to be doing this a lot more, but I'm not, because why would I be? Peak of the Damned.
Too far away.
And my character kind of looks like a dick, because I don't have anything, but Okay, so I keep going past the zones that I want to scout out. Believe it or not, I do have some type of goal. And that is for me to be trying to get to those zones that are locked off. But I've been talking, and like I said, I can't devote my attention to two things at once, because I'm not that kind of special person. Save me. This is how you clean off your board after a long day. Oh god, I nearly killed myself. Ew. Oh god. Actually, you know what? You want to know what's probably faster than doing this? Stop. 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 Okay. If we wink... Oh, God. I have to do that, otherwise I'm just gonna get myself killed. This is probably a lot faster. Wanna bet? So let's pull out the binoculars and see where I need to go. Thought it was somewhere down there, right?
Damn, too far away from it.
Oh, it's there.
There was something over this way. Can't be
Okay,
sure
so if
just
I do
yet.
that, then maybe, just maybe, I can circle around. That's the hope, at least. So let's... Ah, I'm pressing all the wrong buttons. Ready for this? 3, 2, 1, go! Okay, so far so good. Whee! Well, okay, that was a little close. Let's not do that again. So the problem is that I don't know exactly how to get up there. Well, then again, I don't have to. I think I just have to scout it. So, can I scout it? No, I can't. I can probably only... Telephone? Oh, that's not a telephone. Telephones are vastly different from that. I meant to say telephone pole, but even that's not correct. I'm an idiot. Okay. Let's just run up here. We look kind of like a penguin. But yeah, this is the game that has been advertised, and it actually is pretty cool because if I wanted to, I could go back into like a recording mode, and I can go into this GoPro mode, and I probably will showcase that in another video or some other time. But it really does look and sound like an actual recording, which I thought was pretty kick-ass. There's a lot of detail in this game. It looks pretty, it plays pretty. Yeah, can I see that now?
Keep moving. Find somewhere else to look from.
Oh, fuck. Okay, well, I'm not sprinting over there. Oh shit, I'm not pressing that. Please, the right button. Let's go skiing. Right into the pole. Right into it. Get up, please. Ditto. Let's go this way. Wow, I've already traveled 10 kilometers. There you go. That's the spirit. Up. Wrong way. This isn't how one snowboards. This isn't how one skis either. Ta-da! Whee! I'm actually not doing bad. I wish I could spin around. There we go. I think this is a road. Oh, another aspect of this game that I really do enjoy is that you can probably hear, but the music picks up as you're doing stuff, and it goes silent when you're just kind of holding still. I love that. Trackmania does that too, and it's really nice. Oh, bad jump. Let's go down to that lake. Want to bet there's something there? Or do you want to bet it's out of limits? Oh, sick jump. Sick jump. Yay. Ow. Just getting that exploration done. I wish I could do this. I definitely wish I could do that. Spin around. Spin around. Maybe if I jump. There we go. I don't know what happens if I go onto the water. Let's see if we can break the game. Or if it's iced over. If it's iced over, then that'll be weird. Because... Is it iced over? Huh. Interesting. Well, let's see what happens. Oh, sweet. Ice skating. Cool. The camera just zoomed all the way out. But yeah, I bet it recorded that entire route, so I might as well show that off now. Oh yeah. So if I wanted to, I can click on that. I can say from here. And now, what I can do is I can go into this mode. And it really does sound like I'm actually skiing. Woo! But yeah, overall, this is really well done. I'm impressed. But yeah. I have no idea how long this video's been going for. Like, at all. But it might be a smart idea to end it here. Thank you very much for watching. I know that this video didn't contain much, but I just got back, so please bear with me. If you liked this, feel free to check out my other stuff. And with that, I will kill the transmission.